Psalms chapter 1, verses 1 through 3 say, Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth its fruit in its season, and whatever he doeth shall prosper. And then in Psalms 119, verse 11, we read, Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. And then in the same chapter 119, verse 165, it says, Great peace have they that love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Why am I sharing these verses with you? Because these verses tells us that if we make the law of the Lord our delight, if we keep his law in our hearts or memorize his law, we will have one great peace. And nothing that the word of God says will be like a stumbling block. We will not be offended by the word of the Lord. Psalms 1 says that the man or woman who that is blessed and delights in the law of the Lord and meditates in the law of the Lord shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters. So the trees that are planted by the rivers of water, their roots are like very long, and they take their nutrients from the ground and from the waters, right? And that tree grows so rich, and that tree gives its fruit when it's due. And everything that man or woman that is symbolized by a tree, whatever that person does will prosper. In another video, I spoke about something similar, and I said that this not necessarily, no, that is not talking about material things, but it's mostly speaking about the character of the person, right? It's mostly speaking about how that person conducts himself or herself, how others view him or her, and how, because they delight in the law of the Lord, because they meditate on the law of the Lord, they can walk at peace and in peace with inner peace, and wherever they go, they will be fine. This is not to say that they won't have any issues, they won't have any problems or trials or tribulations, but because the law of the Lord is planted in their heart, because they have taken the time to meditate in the law of the Lord, they can walk through life, and even if they have trials, they can face those trials because they will enjoy that supernatural peace that only the Lord can give through his word. Meditate on those words, and it's my desire that you also keep that word, that law of the Lord in your heart, and then take that word that you have kept in your heart and share it with others that do not know or that are living in darkness. Have a good evening.